I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba, and this is our Cultural Variety Podcast. Stay tuned. Welcome to Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. And tonight is our Monday Night Cultural Studies with your host, Mashuma Saba. How y'all doing tonight? Today is October 2nd. And this is our Monday Night Cultural Studies night. It's a little bit different than our other nights. As you know, we do appear 3 days a week. And tonight is our Cultural Studies night. And we want to have a short story tonight before we lay our children down to sleep. We're going to have a short story tonight. And the short story is titled The Wolf and the Shepherd. It's going to be about a 2-minute story. And like we always say, Coffee Talk Podcast is a cultural variety podcast show. So we appear 3 days a week and you get something different every week. Tonight, this is for our young kids, the kids that are going to sleep, getting ready to go to sleep. You may want to hear a nice story. You may want to hear this story with your parents, your mother, your father, your grandmother. But it's a nice story about choosing the wrong people to socialize with. So before we get into the story, we never start the show. But before I do that, I got to go ahead and do the intro the way y'all know I do. This is Coffee Talk Podcast, the Cultural Variety Podcast show. And I am your host, Mashuma Saba, M. Saba. And this is the Cultural Variety Podcast show. Y'all like that? That's better? Yeah, I was trying to come a little calm and just switch it up. You know, it's late. Usually we like to do Monday nights a little bit earlier, but it's 9:34, so I'm going to get it in. But thank you for tuning into the show tonight. Thank you for supporting us through and through. And let's go ahead and begin, shall we? Tonight's flavor is Colombian coffee. Why is that? Well, right now it's the late evening. You know, you're getting ready to relax, lay down in your bed. Maybe you're getting ready to get into the sauna after a hard workout. Maybe you're gonna take a bath or whatever. But make sure tonight's flavor, or whatever you may be sipping on, Colombian coffee. Why? Because it's smooth, well balanced. It has a caramel taste with a light, mellow acidity. And it's the flavor of the night. Coffee Talk Podcast. Flavor is Colombian coffee. All right, let's jump right into the wise words. The wise words tonight is by a great philosopher, a well-known writer. He was born August 2nd, 1924 in New York. New York. And he went on to the Essence in 1987 in France. One of our greatest ancestors, one of our greatest philosophers, one of our greatest writers, Mr. James Baldwin. Mr. James Baldwin's wise words this evening is, anyone who has struggled with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor. Anyone who has struggled with poverty knows how extremely expensive it is to be poor. These are story written by writer, philosopher James. That is part of like Dr. SUJAN Das. The story, the wolf and the shepherd. The wolf and the shepherd. And so that's what we're going to read here at Coffee Talk Podcast. Here we go. The shepherd began to look at the wolf as a protector instead of an enemy. The wolf attacked the entire flock. When the shepherd returned and saw what the wolf did, he serves me right for trusting my to a wolf. So, what is the lesson in this short classic tale? The lesson is if you trust the wrong person, you can only blame yourself for not moving forward, for procrastinating, for not being accountable. And I want you to know that sometimes the type of people they are, they don't have the same vibe as you, the same frequency as you. But you choose to give them time. And one of the things that happens is you go away from your intuition. You go away from what in that person. You can't blame yourself. You give people chances and opportunities that you know that is not 100% ready, or know what your thoughts are on the wolf and the shepherd. Again, the lesson of the story was if you trust the wrong person, you can only blame yourself. That's the short story tonight. Make sure that you support author Dr. SUJAN. And this book here is ASAP Fables, 101 Classic Tales in Time and Timeless Lessons. Here at Coffee Talk Podcast, we encourage the youth, our people, to read. Reading escapes you from stressful situations you may go through. It's healthy, builds your vocabulary, helps you become a better communicator. Reading is fundamental. So tonight, this is our cultural studies night here at Coffee Talk Podcast, Monday night cultural studies. May you all enjoy and have a good night tonight. And if you're watching this during the daytime and you are a supporter and follower of our show, you know that we encourage and support reading, and we love to give props to our doctors, our lawyers, our scholars, our poets, our authors. This is Coffee Talk Podcast, and I am your host, Mashuma Saba. Peace.